Hello everyone, welcome to Agila's Insights, a channel for lifelong learning. Thanks for liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing the channel. Today we will discuss about pulse oximeter. What, why, how. Every cell in our body needs oxygen to live. When we breathe in, meaning inhale, and breathe out, meaning exhale, our lungs move oxygen into our blood and push carbon dioxide out. This process is called as gas exchange, and this provides the oxygen we need to survive. Oxygen in the air is breathed into the lungs. The oxygen then passes into the blood where the majority of the oxygen attaches to hemoglobin for transport in the bloodstream. Hemoglobin is a protein present inside red blood cell. Likewise, the oxygenated blood gets circulated to all the tissues. One of the major symptoms of COVID-19 is difficulty in breathing. Hence, the medical professionals and the general public are more concerned about to know whether their breathing process is normal or not. To know this, there comes pulse oximeter, which is popular at present and are getting sold very fast online. A pulse oximeter is a small, lightweight, non-invasive, painless device used to monitor the amount of oxygen carried in the body, that is within the blood, specifically in arterial blood. The oximeter also measures the heart rate. A pulse oximeter gives you accurate measure on SpO2, that is saturation of oxygen in blood, and pulse rate within a matter of seconds. As a result, many people with adverse heart and breathing conditions invest in personal oximeters to use at home. For example, individuals with asthma can have personal oximeters to assess the severity of attacks. The saturation of oxygen and pulse rate measurements outside the normal range aren't always a sign of health problems. For example, your heart rate can be expected to increase during exercise and oxygen saturation may decrease slightly. It should still remain at 90% or greater. Our SpO2 reading is an estimation of the amount of oxygen in our blood. An SpO2 reading of 95% or greater is generally considered to be a normal oxygen level. However, an SpO2 reading of 92% or less suggests that blood is poorly saturated. Less amount of oxygen means our body tissues will not be oxygenated properly and can be hazardous to health, resulting in a range of adverse health conditions including chest pain, shortness of breath and increased heart rate. So these conditions may prevent your lungs from adequately inhaling oxygen containing air and exhaling carbon dioxide. Likewise, blood disorders and problems with your circulatory system may prevent your blood from picking up oxygen and transporting it throughout your body. People who smoke may have an inaccurate measure. Smoking causes carbon monoxide to build up in your blood. A pulse oximeter can't tell the difference between this other type of gas and oxygen. So, for the smokers, to get the exact measure of oxygen level in their blood, they have to take ABG test. ABG is arterial blood gas. That this test measures oxygen and carbon dioxide levels in your blood. It also measures your body's acid base, that is pH level. An ABG test requires a small volume of blood to be withdrawn from the radial artery with a syringe. Our pulse rate is an estimation of the number of times our heart contracts per minute. The normal pulse rate values for adults ranges from 60 to 100 beats per minute, BPM. BPM is beats per minute. In general, a lower heart rate at rest implies more efficient heart function and better cardiovascular fitness. For some people, a pulse rate below 60 bpm indicates abnormally slow heart action, also known as bradycardia. Bradycardia can cause a number of problematic symptoms including fainting, fatigue, chest pains, and memory problems. The probe houses a light source, a light detector, and a microprocessor which compares and calculates the differences in the oxygen-rich and oxygen-poor hemoglobin. One side of the probe has a light source with two different types of light. One is infrared and the other is red, which are transmitted through the finger to the light detector in the other side of the probe. The oxygen-rich hemoglobin absorbs more of infrared light, and hemoglobin without oxygen absorbs more of red light. The microprocessor calculates the differences and converts the information to a digital reading. This information helps to detect the amount of oxygen being carried in the blood. Pulse oximeter technology utilizes the light absorptive characteristics of hemoglobin and also the pulsating nature of blood flow in the arteries, helping in determining the oxygenation status in the body. First, there is a color difference between arterial hemoglobin saturated with oxygen, which is bright red, and venous hemoglobin without oxygen, which is darker. Second, with each pulse or heartbeat, there is a slight increase in the volume of blood flowing through the arteries. Because of the increase of blood volume, may be very small, but there is an associated increase in oxygen-rich hemoglobin. This represents the maximum amount of oxygen-rich hemoglobin pulsating through the blood vessels. WHO, World Health Organization, describes the operation of the pulse oximeter in 3 simple steps. Step 1. A clip-like device called finger probe is placed on the finger. You may feel a small amount of pressure, but there is no pain or pinching. These finger probes are designed so that they can shine light through the finger and detect on the other side. The finger fits well in the probe so that too tight and too loose would result in restricting blood flow or fall off. Step 2. Keep the probe as long as required to monitor the pulse and oxygen saturation. Step 3. Once the reading appears, note down the reading. The clip or probe is removed from your fingers. Care should be taken on using the pulse oximeter. So there are n number of lists through which we have to take care. Avoid movements during the measurement. If measurement is through fingers, make sure you remove nail polish or henna since it may interrupt the measurement. The color can absorb light emitted by the oximeter and interfere with the detection of oxygenated hemoglobin. Literatures and hospital practices suggest that the pulse oximeter measurements should be taken at the index, middle or right fingers, and that the measurement taken at these middle digits are equivalent. Avoid bright light on the probe since the probe has soft rubber to shield it from light. Smoking may accumulate carbon monoxide and show high reading. So keep the battery full charged. Clean the probe with a damp cloth or alcohol swab. The probes are fragile, hence we should use it carefully. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, comment and share. Do not forget to subscribe and press bell icon to get the notifications. Have a good day.